Greetings, Indie Warriors, and welcome to I Dream of Indie Games. My name is Old Gamer Joe, and today we are taking a special look at an upcoming 2.5D tactical RPG scheduled to release next year. It's called Aegis Force, the Scorian War. A demo for this title is available right now. It's actually the demo that I played for this video, so you can go ahead and head down to our description box below. I've got a link there if you'd like to check it out for yourself. Also, a huge thank you to Deseret Games Studio for sponsoring this video and supporting independent content here at the channel. Obviously, the sponsorship won't have any impact on my overall thoughts, but just letting you know for full transparency. That's how we roll here. You know, as someone who grew up loving games like Final Fantasy Tactics and Shining Force, it's always lovely to see indie developers continuing to pay tribute to those classics amongst others, whether it be retro pixel art visuals, epic storylines, bombastic orchestrated soundtracks, or grid-based turn-based combat. The 90s were just a great era for tactical games, or really, games in general, and it's clear from the get-go that Deseret Games feel the same way. In Aegis Force, the Scorian War, there's no real major surprises so far based on the hour or so that I've played. Classic pixel art, yep, you'll get that. A soundtrack that wouldn't feel out of place in a Final Fantasy game. You know it, and yes, some pretty damn fun combat too. And while it's all a little rough around the edges in this current demo build, there is a whole lot of potential here. So the demo introduces you to the game's world and a few of its characters, but for the most part, tactical battles and exploration make up the meat of the experience. There's a bit of banter between characters here or there, but because the game is so early, it was hard to get a real vibe for how the script will come together. As it stands, you get a pretty standard affair with goblins to slay and evil abound. Outside of that, I gather that an epic war has set the people of these lands on a new path. You guessed it, that's the Scorian War, which seems to have already taken place as you begin your gameplay. And on the topic of the gameplay, Aegis Force isn't quite as linear as I was expecting. Once dropped into this world, you're free to explore diverging paths, hack at treasures, and of course, run into enemies which will trigger combat. I haven't gotten the full breadth of the battle system just yet, but based on what I played, it's a very easy to pick up and play experience. You'll have full control over each party member in that you can quite literally move them to the appropriate grid, a feature that I quite like, and I really wish that more tactical games did this. It adds a little bit of immersion to the battles. But outside of that, you'll have your usual cast of characters, such as a spellcaster who can strike foes from a distance, a warrior named Kalin who seems to serve as the lead of our story and relies on his sword-slashing abilities, an archer, and a few other party members that would randomly hop in from time to time. There's spellcasting to be done, whether it be a flame shot, or even a team-up move I pulled off at one point. That was pretty damn fun. It did a lot of damage to multiple enemies too. There's really not a lot here that hasn't been done before based off of what I've played. We'll have to see if that changes as the game progresses further. But as it stands, you get your usual mix of character placement, strategic attacking and defending, and those cool team-up spells that I mentioned. While Deseret Games have a solid combat system and exploration in place, the game definitely has a ways to go with optimization. Performance felt a bit wonky as I traversed these lands, with odd stuttering being common with character movement. The game was playable, yes, but definitely not ideal given how much walking needed to be done. Worse yet, a demo-ending bug occurred on a battle about an hour in, where an enemy jammed up and the gameplay wouldn't continue. I tried to give the demo another go, but sadly more and more bugs came up and I couldn't get back to where I was. Now, the developer was transparent with us in saying that some bugs were going to be coming up and they were probably going to be continuing to update even this demo, but none of this is really a big surprise to me. I've played a lot of indie games on this channel, and a lot of devs do put out demos that are pretty dang buggy. It doesn't necessarily mean the product will be crap when it comes out. In fact, usually, a lot of these bugs get fixed. But bugs aside, I remain optimistic about Aegis Force the Scorian War. Whether its story can match the grandiose soundtrack remains to be seen, which is really great, by the way. It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII in particular. And the game has a great visual style too. There's just solid bones here in the combat engine that make it worth tossing onto your wishlist to see how it progresses. So once again, a very special thank you to Deseret Games for sponsoring this video. Go ahead, use our link in the description box below. Help a small indie out. Give the demo a spin for yourself. Hopefully you're able to get past the point I was, because, well, that sucked. Voice to the voiceless, everybody, and I will see you on the channel for even more great indie gaming coverage.